How to add Wix Pro Gallery to your Wix website. Hey everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing great. In this video, I'll show you step by step how it works and how to do it. I know it says Wix Studio from the top left corner, but it is going to be for the default Wix. I'm not going to be using Wix Studio at all. So let's just go ahead and get started. And to obviously get started, you just want to open up the site editor. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that and show you exactly how to add the Pro Gallery. So let's just go ahead and get started. So basically, for the Pro Galleries, and why you actually may want to add the Pro Gallery is that it actually has more functions, and basically when it comes to layouts and how you actually want to adjust it, there's going to be plenty more adjustments to the Pro Gallery compared to the original one, basically. So it is actually going to be a good deal. So let's just go ahead and get started. First, this is only a test website. This is why we have a bunch of random stuff here. I'm not even sure what this is for. I kind of forgot. Anyway, so the first thing is that we will need to go and find the page where you want to add the gallery to. So in my case, I'm just going to leave them in the home page, but if you want to change it, you can just go to any other page from that navigator over here on the top left. Open up the page where you want to add it, and then we are just going to add a empty section or an empty section. So I'm just going to click on add section here and give it a little bit more space. So drag this down a little bit so we have more space down here. And then we want to actually add the Pro Gallery right away. So in order to do so, very simply just go to add elements from the top left corner. And once you click on this little icon, you should be able to actually find the gallery option right over here. So it's going to be right underneath the box one. So once you click on this, you're going to find Pro Galleries, Grid Galleries, Slider Galleries, and more galleries. So I'm obviously going to go ahead and click on Pro Galleries, and you're going to find them right over here. And you can actually see the description for it, showcase your photos, videos, and text in the highest quality online. So you have a bunch of them with different layouts. You have the thumbnail one, grid, stacked, masonry, and collage. So go ahead and select whichever one you think is going to suit your style best. I think I'm actually going to go for the... Let's just go for the stacked one. I usually go for the thumbnail, but let's just go for the stacked one this time. So just go ahead and drag with left click and drop it to your empty section. And this is why I said you need some space here, because it's actually going to take quite the space. Oh, way too much space actually. So let's just go and drag it down a little bit so it is actually going to be properly fit into the... That's a lot, actually. I don't think I like the stacked anymore, to be honest. Let me just go and remove this and go back to the thumbnail one. I mean, don't get me wrong. You can actually go ahead and adjust the stacked one to become a lot smaller. You don't really need to be taking all of the space. But it's too much work for me. I'm just going to go ahead and use the thumbnail one. It's much more simpler. I'm not sure what I'm doing. There you go. So let's just go ahead and create some more space and add the thumbnail one instead from the Pro Gallery. So again, just click on add elements, and then I'm just going to go to Pro, and let's just go ahead and add thumbnail like this. Okay, give it a sec. Okay, so this is much better for me personally. So now that we have this, we pretty much can do the basic things like resizing it like so. This works, by the way. Everything that I do for this thumbnail one, which is a Pro Gallery, is going to work for the rest of the templates out there for Pro Galleries, so don't worry. So when it comes to resizing, you can feel free to do it from here, or, you know, just stretch it like this. All of this is going to work for all of them. But then you can also do more things, and I really mean a lot more things. For example, if you just click on stretch, you can actually go ahead and make it full width if you want to, which I'm going to keep this way. And if you didn't realize how I did that, you simply just click on the gallery, and then you should be able to find this double arrow icon here. So just go ahead and click on it and click on full width. If you want to add some margins, you can feel free to do so, but I'm just going to make it as 0. And now we are just going to first click on manage media and select the images that we actually want to include in here. Now in my case, I'm actually going to go ahead and leave these because I don't really have a bunch of images ready for me to use. So I'm just going to leave the ones that are selected here for me. But then you also have more options to do in here. So you can actually go ahead and move them around. so you can actually go ahead and switch between them. This is a glitch. You can just go and drag and drop them like so. So if you want this one to be the first one, just drag and drop it where you actually want it to be. So apparently you just go ahead and click on it or hold it, and then it's just going to move with you, as you can see. Same goes for the rest of them. So you basically just go ahead and arrange them the way you actually like. And then you can also feel free to delete, obviously. So if you are going to add your own images, you want to click on the three dots right next to them and remove them if you don't really need them. Other options are that you can actually replace it, adjust the quality. So if you just go in and click on this, you're going to have more settings for that specific image. And you can actually go ahead and click on adjust image quality and turn it up to 100 if you want to, or less. Now, if you're wondering why you shouldn't really do all of them as 100 and why this is not already the case, the thing is about like very high quality images on your website is that it could actually make your website a little bit slow, you know, to actually load and stuff. And this actually could hurt you more than make you benefit out of it. I mean, if it's really important to you, then yeah, sure, go for it. But try to not fill up your website with all 100% best quality images out there. So if you understand, you understand. And then you also have the ability to make it more sharp, so you can feel free to increase the amount, radius, and threshold. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Seems nice, and I'm just going to exit out of here. And again, you have more options here, which is the edit image option, and this is going to be more like filters, and when it comes to the colors, even cropping. So if you want to crop them, you also have these options. So you can actually see we have crop and extend, adjust, filters. So if you just click on filters, you're going to have a bunch of filters that you can actually go ahead and choose from. There you go. So you have tropical, crisp, original, you get it. So you can just go and feel free to play around with this. And you also have more things like object eraser. I'm not sure if this is actually going to be for free. It is, I believe. So you can actually go ahead and highlight something that you want to erase, and it should hypothetically do it for you. So that's quite nice. It's kind of laggy here when you're actually, you know, trying to erase something. Let me just go ahead and cover this couch real quick and see if it actually is going to work. So let's just go ahead and do this and erase objects, and it should hypothetically actually erase the couch from the image. So yeah. Anyways, it's not really our point here. It may actually take a while, so I'm just going to cancel this and leave. Anyways, so you get the idea. You can feel free to adjust your images and add media from here. You just click on add media and add your images from here, rearrange them, add some titles and stuff, and you're good to go. Now, other things that you can actually go ahead and do is click on the Pro Gallery, click on settings, and then from settings, you're going to have plenty of different settings that you can actually set up. So first you can go to layout, and if you don't really like the thumbnails one, you can go ahead and change it again. So we can go and set up to be anything else, like, you know, columns, mix magic, whatever it may be. So you have these. So I mean, you already chose this one, so it's not going to be very important unless you just change your mind. And then you can just go ahead and click on customize layout, and you have more options for that specific layout. So you have the gallery ratio, whether it's going to be fixed or manual. You have the fit/crop. So obviously I'm just going to leave it as crop, but if you want it to fit into the screen here, you can just go ahead and do that. And then you also have more things like the thumbnails placement. So this is going to be at the bottom, but you can go ahead and change it to the left side and so on. So each template is going to have its own settings when it comes to the layout settings. So just keep that in mind, go through them, see which one is going to suit you best. And then if you just go to settings, you also have more things like, you know, like whether you're going to have the ability to download the images, social sharing, heart icon, if you want people to be able to heart your images, you also have these options. And when clicking on an item, it's going to have open and expand mode by default, but you can just go ahead and change it to something else, like a link opens, nothing happens, open in full screen. I'm just going to do that. And then when it comes to design, you can feel free to change more things like overlay and icons, buttons, but there's none of that over here yet. The navigation arrows, so when you actually switch between two images, which is right over here, you can feel free to change that. Just click on settings, design, navigation arrows, and you can just feel free to change them. As you can see, they change right away. And obviously, more designing aspects are going to be available in here, like item style, slide animation, and so on. Advanced, not really sure what's going to be in here. I mean, if you really want to go through it, like loop videos, show play button, and stuff like that, you can feel free to do so. But yeah, generally speaking, this is how to add a pro gallery to your Wix website. It's very easy yet very powerful to have. So hopefully you found this video to be informative and helpful, and thanks for watching.